Okay, so here's the finished hatchet. I decided to use a much longer handle that I had laying around, and I think it looks great. It actually looks like a tomahawk, and I really like the feel of this. You know, the edge here is pretty thick, so it's more, you know, more of a splitting kind of a tool, but it will serve the purpose that I want, and that's just to, you know, chop away small sections of the handle wood that I use for my hammers, you know, when I have thicker pieces. So I'll come in and see if I can get that to focus. Yeah, I really like this in all its imperfection. You can see here it says it has some Chinese writing. I know that those characters say Nei Li, and that's actually a town here in Taiwan, and I know what this longer handle is for then. There's a kind of a carpentry hammer that's called a Nei Li hammer, and it's kind of a special looking hammer, and it has a very, you know, they use a very long handle on that kind of a hammer, and I think it was developed in that town, or, you know, whoever developed it lives in that town. So yeah, and this, in the future, I'd probably, someone had mentioned saying, why don't you use your guillotine tool, and you could have squeezed these ends tighter. But and that, I'll probably do that if I made another one of these in the future. But yeah, as it stands, I'm really pleased with it. I like the hammer marks that are in it, and you know, the edge is, yeah, it's not super sharp. I got it pretty sharp. You know, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. You know, I just hit it with the angle grinder, and then I use the technique that I use for the straight razor, the sandpaper technique, to sharpen it and hone it a little bit. And then so, you know, the wood, like I said, it'd be a piece of wood like this, where it's square on this end, it's a thicker butt end, and you know, I just want to remove some of this, so you know, this should work perfectly. I tried it out for this kind of a purpose, where I can just, you know, hog away at pieces like that. You know, and what I like about this is that it won't split into it too much. You know, because it's not, the edge is not very fine, and not you know, razor sharp, that it won't split in and then remove too big of a piece at once. So for me, you know, this is perfect, and I really like, you know, having that long handle. Just gives it a nice feel, and you can almost feel like, you know, if you're out there in the woods and you want to use it two-handed as well, you could. So yeah, I think that this is going to work just perfect. Yeah, just perfect for what I want. You know, so you can see I can just remove quite a bit of material and then get on to using my hand plane. And in the future, I might make a draw knife, but for some reason, I like tools that I'm able to use with one hand while holding the piece in the other hand. I don't know, it just feels satisfying to me for some reason. Not that using a draw knife is not satisfying. It probably, you know, certainly is, but yeah, just this kind of a handle tool I really liked. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you have success if you try to make one of these unwelded hatchets. And I'll talk to you guys next time. A hog's head with initials. I like the detail, the fine hairs, the ears, and the tusks. Simple initials in a circle. This is always the easiest style to imprint in hot steel. Crossed swords with crown and anvil logo. This is very unique. I like this one. Another animal head, a goat or ram's head. The lines in the horns really stand out. Just fantastic. I can't thank everyone personally, but I appreciate everyone who watches my videos.